What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys so very much. Over 1,400 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this would be possible without you guys, so I thank you so very much. And yes, we're still living a bit of the quarantine life. COVID-19 has just changed our lives forever, but that doesn't mean that you can't still make sure that you and your family are safe, whether you're going out, whether you're in the house. And the top way that you can do that is just keeping your hands clean and sanitized. So I've got the CMO of Heathmade hanging out with me today. Yes, the CMO, the Chief Mom Officer, hanging with us. How you doing today?
I'm well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. So what part of the country are you guys holding down right now?
We are located in Los Angeles, California.
Ooh, beautiful Los Angeles. That weather, the breeze. I miss Los Angeles.
Well, it's rather warm and hot right now, so you're not missing a whole lot.
Gotcha. All right, so tell us a little bit about the company. Like, how did things start with you guys?
Yeah, so Heathmade came about in 2014 when Heath, my curious son, was just in awe of the world. He couldn't get enough of everything he saw in nature and always wanted to learn more. So in 2014, we ultimately put him in a week-long potions lab, and that's where he learned all about the magical properties of plants, and he made bug balms and natural sodas and teas. And at the end of the week, his school was setting up for the new year, and he was about to go into pre-kindergarten. He was still 4 years old.
Yeah.
And the school announced that they wanted to have their first maker and entrepreneurial fair, and they needed students to rent a booth for $20 and sell items that they either made, farmed, or invented. And so since Heath and I were already doing science projects at home, I said, hey, do you want to join in on the fun and make some money for you, maybe give some back to your school? And he said, yes. And I said, well, what do you want to make? He says, I want to make hand sanitizer, which is kind of like weird, but he obviously remembered that we had a science project, like a do-it-yourself recipe that we'd never done before.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, great. So we'll go into the hand sanitizer business. So that's how it started. And while we were there, he had his booth. We launched with two different scents of hand sanitizer. Fortunately, his dad, Price, works in the food and beverage industry. So when his suppliers heard about the story, they wanted to be a part of it. So they donated aloe vera gel. They donated like essential oils. They donated packaging. So we were there, and the head of the school said, where are you guys marketing this stuff? This stuff is great. And we're like, we're not. And so they had us come back to another event at the end of the year, and Heath made about $450 in an hour and 15 minutes. And I was like, well, how can I personally make $450 an hour? Like, what's the secret? So he sold out a product, took his money, and sold out, and ultimately spent his winter vacation at the age of 4 filling hand sanitizer orders. So at that point, we realized as we're going into 2015 that there was a market for this. And if you recall, around that same time, we had our Ebola scare. So the industry actually kind of skyrocketed for sanitizing products of all sorts. So we ultimately opened up a shop for him at the end of 2015 on Etsy and made his hand sanitizer available to the world.
Wow. That is incredible. That's an incredible story. Wow. Like, I'm just like, wow. I think at 4, I definitely wasn't making that type of money. I didn't make that type of money until after college.
Right.
So that's, he's definitely off to an amazing start. Now, I will ask, like, so as you guys were, launching and you're getting the Etsy sites and you're doing your e-commerce thing, what was the biggest obstacle?
Well, the biggest obstacle was the fact that we didn't set out to, launch a business. It was a school project. It was just an activity, and who knew at the time where it was going to go. So now we're kind of trying to back ourselves in, and I actually ended up going to business school, so I was able to kind of use this as a platform for one of my focuses in school. And so there was an opportunity for us to build a formal business plan, an investment plan, and so forth. So we had to back our way into it. And of course, with Heath being so young, he requires, a lot of support. 4 or 5 year old, 6 year old attention is only going to take you so far.
Yeah.
So we had to kind of roll up our sleeves as parents and kind of help him along the way in terms of production, supply chain, and operations and marketing. So it's another full-time endeavor.
Yeah, wow. What would you say was your moment of confirmation? Like just that moment that you felt like, wow, our product is actually making a difference. People actually care. They're actually buying our stuff.
Yes. Well, I think that we've had those moments along the way. I say the first would be that when the head of the school was like, where are you marketing? This is great. So it was like the first sign. And then when he sold out at the holiday event. And when people actually just started to reach out, or when people saw Heath at a restaurant and they pull out their hand sanitizer and they're like, this is you, right?
Oh,
so little things like that. Yeah. And so I think it's just things sort of aligned well with the timing. So he launched his hand sanitizer when there was Ebola scare, and cut to 2020. Now we're making it, by the 5 gallons, by the 10-gallon jugs, hand sanitizer, and getting it out to people around the world who really, really need it. So it's been really interesting, particularly when you look at the timing. So
yeah, wow, that is incredible. Let's talk a little bit about the current offering. So you guys are not just doing just plain old regular hand sanitizer. You guys have curated different let's talk about that a little bit.
Yes, definitely. Well, one of the biggest things that differentiates the Heathmade hand sanitizer from most offerings out on the market is that it's actually alcohol-free. So we've actually done a lot of work to come up with a formulation that's not going to be drying on your hands. If anything, it's moisturizing, and really relying on Mother Nature, really relying on aloe vera for all of its antimicrobial properties as well as the essential oils. So it's a really nice formulation for people that are looking for something that's not as harsh, something that is truly natural, and something that's more sustainable. And I think that's what makes Heathmade really, really special. I know there are some people who have very, very sensitive skin, and they're just loving the Heathmade hand sanitizer. And we offer 8 different scents. And one of the things we noticed with Heath when we were going through the naming convention, he really gravitated to names that kind of express some sort of either an emotion or state of mind. So we've got things like, that's your energizing hand sanitizer, or can do, something that's going to make you feel like everything's okay, everything's clear, you're not worried about anything. So
that is awesome. Oh, wow. He is definitely on his way to, just by the time he's 20 and stuff, he's going to have a couple of businesses under his belt. So you guys certainly,
hopefully.
You guys certainly want to get started.
I think that's one of the fun things. Heath is just like any other kid. He's 10 years old now, and he's just curious.
Yeah.
And kids everywhere are doing amazing, amazing things. He's no different than anyone else. It's just, his parents listening out and, finding the time or finding the extra energy to kind of see where that journey is going to take the kids. Gotcha. So it's been fun.
Yeah. Now, where can people go to, of course, get their hand sanitizers and to follow you guys on social media?
Yeah, so we certainly have our direct-to-consumer site, which is heathmadela.com. People can shop from us there, and you'll find us in different boutiques and shops around the nation. So we're out there.
Awesome. Well, much more success to you and the team, and of course, little Heath, and everything that you guys are doing in 2020 and beyond. Of course, we're claiming 2021 is going to be a way, way better year than what we've been facing with.
Yes, so, that's the plan.
So we're going to claim that, but I definitely appreciate you so much. And you guys go check out the site. Go get your hand sanitizers, alcohol free. I got to try some out because I don't think I've ever had a sanitizer without alcohol, because they've always emphasized so much, oh my gosh, alcohol. You need alcohol. So that's going to be interesting. I'm definitely going to check that out.
Yes.
But I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. See you later, guys.